Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new episode of the Hey Corner Crew podcast. I am your host, JJ Lang, and with me, as always, is my awesome co-host. You know him, you love him, Nate, the Little Goon Foss.
What up?
We have hockey to talk about this week. Like actual games, not a scrimmage, actual games. This is great. Hype, 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 hype. Yeah. Anything you want to say before we get going? Before we start, just kind of... I want to just start going into this. I don't want to beat around the bush at all.
Summer just kind of said, yeah, I'm out of here the minute hockey started.
Yep. And now it is
It has
fall.
been cold.
I'm fine with the cold. I prefer the cold, personally.
I'm all for it. It's hockey weather. Sweater weather.
Oh,
so
yeah.
we're here.
So what we're going to do first is we're going to start with talking about the two games the women had at UConn this weekend. We're then going to do their next weekend preview, and then we're going to talk about the men. So we'll kind of just rope that into a whole one episode. I feel like there's no need to really break that up at all. So let's get going. So the women had two games at UConn this weekend. They unfortunately did drop both of them. They did lose the first game 3-0. They did also lose the second game, but it was 3-2, so it was a lot closer of a game. That game was actually very competitive. So what are our thoughts right off the bat there? I'm pretty sure you have the stats with you, don't you?
I got a notebook
Okay, perfect.
in front of me.
That's
So I guess we'll start with Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Friday, like you said, they lost 3-0. They, not for a lack of chances. They put 30 shots.
They were taking shots on goal, which is good to see.
They had, and it was so refreshing to finally, like, I texted a couple people this. I was like, it's so nice to not be playing in your own zone the whole game. Like, we had offensive zone time. We put 30 shots. And I will say the power play looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they didn't score, they had zone time. They got the puck. They were moving the puck pretty well. And again, it's not like they didn't have their chances.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Friday, they were just playing a goaltender, which if I had known this in the preview, I would have mentioned it. Tia Chan, the UConn goaltender on Friday, played for the Team China in the Olympics. If I had known that. Yeah.
Holy crap.
So she had a 30 save shutout. That's why she didn't play for UConn last year. She was playing in the Olympics.
That's insanity.
Cameron Wong for them also.
Wow.
Played for Team China. She scored the first goal of the game.
That's nuts. I didn't know that.
Amy Dobson, welcome to RAT. She had 8 shots. 8 shots on Friday. And I think she hit a post. She hit a post in there too. She was all over the ice, and the commentator, who was not very good all weekend, mentioned her name a lot.
That guy was not.
Cannot wait to have RAT broadcasters call games again.
God.
Because we had Mia Silamos.
Mm-hmm. We
had a bunch of other names. Totally
It's
butchered.
like, don't these guys get told beforehand how to pronounce people's names?
They should.
It's like,
it was rough. I guess it's the first weekend for everybody. I had another note. I had RAT won 29 faceoffs versus 22 they lost. So I don't think faceoffs was ever an issue last year. Just it kind of stuck out that Lindsay Maloney was 54%.
Yeah, they're just picking up.
And even better, Lexi Sung, the freshman, was 9 for 13 at 69%.
Yeah, that's good. That's insane.
That was kind of nice to see. I always love seeing freshmen come in and immediately start making an impact.
Yeah.
And then Saturday,
that was a good game.
Another loss, but I unfortunately missed most of it live, but I rewatched it.
I did too.
It was other than the two Lindenwood games last year, that was probably the best game I've seen the women's team play in a couple years.
Oh yeah, I would say so. They were
all over UConn for a good majority of that game.
And that goes back to my prediction was I figured they would drop the first game and then UConn would think we're going to just roll them game 2, and they came out like, no, we're not going to roll over and play dead. We're going to give you a game and we're going to make you earn this win.
JJ, my thoughts during the third period after Vezdani scored, I was like, oh, great. We're going to score again. JJ's going to be 2-0 on his predictions.
I didn't get the scores right, but I came close.
Anyway, RIT outshot UConn 39-29.
Yeah.
In game 2. That was, like I said, I think RIT probably deserved to win that game.
I think so too.
UConn, they took 4 penalties, and I believe 2 of them were in the third period. Just very undisciplined penalties.
Yeah.
They were in the box all weekend, it seemed like.
Can I also...
credit to the UConn goaltenders and their penalty kill for keeping RIT off the board for most of it, because
oh yeah. Can I also say we had one of our guys, Noah, was there for both games this weekend, and he texted me, I think, midway through game 2 on Saturday, and he just said, Sarah Coe, SMH, she's nuts.
She was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Again, I think we said it last week in the preview that this series was going to come down to special teams and goaltending, and that's what it came down to.
I mean,
you had a 30 save shutout from Tia Chan Friday. Megan Warner had 37 saves Saturday. I mean, what can you do?
But to our credit, they played really well offensively that second game.
Yes.
Like, you can't take that. Like, they went crazy that second game, which I was like, wow, okay, here we go.
It was kind of like, who is this team?
I mean, because one of
new year, new team, but
yes.
Oh my gosh, really looked like a brand new team,
and they had life. Like they felt like energized. If that makes sense.
There was energy.
Yes. I loved seeing that. Now that they didn't have it last year, but this felt just like it felt like they took last year's and they just boosted it. Yeah,
it was different energy.
I will say, I think my one fear going into this year was you lose Abby and Jordan, and that's tough on scoring. But like Amy Dobson went, like you said, it went crazy the first game. She had one to go off the post. She scored in the second game. So did Athena. Athena Vestani scored in the second game.
Mm-hmm.
Those were our 2 goals, and it's like, all right. I kind of figured Emma Rowland would get in there a little bit, but she unfortunately did not have any goals. But at the same time, she came close.
I didn't even mention it. The penalty shot on Friday.
Oh my god!
It was a beautiful move, but it was an even better poke check.
It was so close. So close.
That one hurt a little bit, because
that one literally would have become one of probably the best shots we've seen in a long time. Had that one gone
at that point, it was a penalty shot in the second period. It was still 2-0. That probably changed the momentum of the game.
Yeah,
I think we had a little bit of momentum going there, but after that, just the air kind of got deflated out. And credit to RIT, they didn't, like you said, all weekend they didn't roll over and just buckle down and get through the game and move on to next weekend. They were battling.
No, you fought.
And the UConn play-by-play guy was giving us a lot of credit.
He was. It
was like, and that's a really good UConn team that they had.
Yeah, aren't they ranked?
They said they were ranked. They said
they're ranked and they're not.
I was
really
looking at the USCHO poll today, and they received votes, but they weren't in the top 15. But
okay, they're probably close to it though.
They were the first team out. They were 16, so
pretty good.
Outshot UConn 69-64 on the weekend.
Yeah, like that's.
We put up almost 70 shots in 2 games,
and that's great.
Did we even touch 70 in a month last year?
No, I don't think we did. They didn't spend 3/4 of the game on our own zone. I've been telling
people all summer, it's going to be a different team. Come to women's games; they're going to be better.
Oh yes. And I was just
this was against a NCAA tournament contender.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, with that goal, I think that they were picked to finish 6th in Hockey East. They're sleeping on UConn in Hockey East. The way their goaltender and the way they look.
They've an Olympic goaltender. Friday. How are you at 6? Like you'd be top 3 in my book, but
crazy.
Still.
Crazy.
Should we move on to next weekend, or is there anything else you want to talk about for weekend review?
I didn't really have much else. I mean, I think the team again, it's just it's finishing the plays. Like
Yeah.
you're especially on special teams, you're setting up the power play. They're moving the puck really well. You just gotta get the puck on net. And I mean, UConn blocked a bunch of shots this weekend too. So again, credit to them on the PK and their goaltenders. But I know I've said that a few times, but they played really, really well against RIT, and this team has grit.
Mm-hmm.
They're a little gritty, and I like it.
Yeah, I was gonna say
gritty hockey teams are fun to watch. Because they just never go away.
No, they don't. Like I said, this team is not going to go over and die.
You can't let this team hang around.
Nope. They'll just haunt you if you do that.
And it was unfortunate the way they lost Saturday. UConn got the power play goal late in the third to go ahead. But, for a while there, I was like, all right, maybe we got a chance here. And I don't know. You never know with this team.
This team impressed
they're not
me.
going to go away very easily, which is really, really exciting, and it's a nice change of pace.
I'll say you and I both knew that this team was going to be good defensively going in because of how well they played during that scrimmage. I feel very, very confident about this team.
I didn't expect the offense.
That's what I was going to say. The offense very much impressed. It was nice to see them not spend 3/4 of the game playing defense and getting gassed. They were on offense. They were moving the puck around a lot. They were taking a lot of shots, and it's like, okay, this team feels complete now. Like, this isn't just we have to hang in the back and just hide. This is good. This is a team that can be aggressive and can push the puck down the rink if they have to.
And that thought process kind of crept into my mind because I mean they only lost 1-0 to Penn State.
Yeah.
Literally 5 days later, Penn State beat the number 3 team in the country.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna. I don't want to bring that up, but yeah, that's the thing that happened.
We played Penn State pretty well, and Penn State beat a team that should win a national championship this year.
Yeah.
Now they got smoked the next night, but we won't talk about that. We won't mention that part.
Destroyed the night afterwards. Yikes.
9-1 win for the Badgers down in State College on Friday.
Yeah, that's going to be something else. So let's go on.
I think it just goes to show that CHA could actually be a lot tighter than we thought.
Oh, yeah.
Coming in.
I think so. Going on to next weekend. So we have 2 more games coming up. There's 2, right? I'm not reading out of it. For us. Yes. And that is going to shaping up to be an exciting weekend. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, RAT goes up to Burlington to take on the number 13 ranked Vermont Catamounts. Don't ask me what a catamount is. I have no idea.
It's probably a tree or something, like Stanford.
It's a wildcat. Some sort of cat. I don't know.
I'm going to go with tree until I see otherwise.
Vermont this past weekend, they actually played an old friend of ours, Taylor Sims.
Oh my God, you're right.
The University of Ottawa. She had 3 blocks. Tell me something I don't know.
Back where she left off.
Pick it up right where she left off there. But they absolutely destroyed them 6-0. Outshot Ottawa 33-12 in an exhibition game. So
that's a yikes.
How telling is that really? I think it just says, hey, Vermont is going to be good. They've been good. They've been building for a few years now. Mm-hmm. Last year they went 22-11-3. They actually got upset by UConn in the semifinals. So we're facing 2 teams that were in the Final Four of Hockey East last year, 2 weekends in a row. Credit to Celeste for having the guts to schedule that.
Oh, yeah.
First 2 weekends of the year. Their top scorer coming back this year, pardon me if I butcher her name, Teresa Schafzal. There's a lot of Z's and H's. She had 25 goals, 21 assists for 46 points last year.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
That's
in college hockey, you only play 30-something games.
So she's getting what?
So she averaged over a point a game.
Yeah, that's insanity.
It's wild. especially in the women's game where in some instances the scoring isn't as high.
Yeah, that's kind of terrifying. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know about other leagues, just in our league, but yeah, it's kind of crazy. And they're starting goaltender Jesse McPherson, who played 40 minutes of shutout hockey.
Yep.
On Saturday, she last year she had a 919 save percentage and a 1.97 goals against, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm kind of terrified for this team. I'm not
they're
gonna
a good hockey team.
Good.
They're a really good hockey.
You want to just play good? This is a great team. I don't even want to say good. This is just like a killer team. I don't want to play them.
I think they get into the tournament if they don't lose. If they're in the championship game against Northeastern, I think they get into the tournament.
Oh, for sure.
So actually, I didn't even look if they made the tournament last year. I don't think they did, but
Vermont didn't.
I don't think so.
Let's look at that real fast then.
I'm looking.
So our keys for this weekend, I think, are...
They did not.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so keys for the weekend for our women's hockey team. Defense.
Sarah Coe needs to be Sarah Coe.
Sarah Coe needs to be handed the water bottle of Michael Jordan's secret stuff and just turn her into an absolute god the whole weekend if we have a chance of winning.
I would love to see Emma in this weekend, though. I honestly thought we were going to see Emma on Saturday.
That's what I thought. I was kind of surprised when Sarah played.
I was kind of surprised when I saw that she was starting.
Because I watched the Saturday game Saturday night after I got out of work, and I just remember seeing Noah's texting with the Sarah Coe SMH. She's nuts. And I thought, Emma's not playing? Like, I kind of thought she'd play the second game because I didn't see the starting. I didn't see the starters before. I didn't look at the line before the game started. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Emma at all this weekend, but I also could see Celeste going like, no, we're going to let Sarah play both games.
I bet if Sarah plays both games this weekend, she only plays one at home the following weekend. But
I can see that.
Or Sophia. I mean, our new freshman. I mean, she hasn't seen any college action yet. What better time to... I kind of look at it from a Tommy Scarfoni standpoint. Last year, like, Coach Wilson threw him in against Notre Dame in his first start on the road.
Yeah.
On the road at Notre Dame against a very good hockey team.
And he got whacked, sadly. And I think it fueled him the rest of the year.
And, hey, maybe that's not a bad thing.
No, it's never a bad
It's not necessarily
give him some motivation.
There's some adversity early on.
I would hope we'd see at least 2 goalies this weekend. I would like to see Emma get some action. After this,
I don't think we do, though. I think Celeste puts Sarah Coe.
I mean, Sarah's the easy go. Like, you have to give her credit every time. But I'm also sitting here going, I mean, if we get out of the first period and it's like, if they've scored 3 or 4, I think you just kind of let Sarah sit and let Emma or Sophia go in.
You don't want to tire her out early in the year.
No. And these games are non-conference, so it's not like... Honestly, to me, every game matters. I know, like, I've just grown up playing sports where every game matters, and I know with hockey, with conferences and whatnot, these games don't. But to me, it's like, no, you want to win everything.
We're in a situation where we have to win the conference to get into the tournament. Yeah. So, in the long run, it doesn't... Us beating Vermont doesn't help our pairwise, but it hurts theirs.
Yes.
So in the end, does it really?
I mean, if
it matters.
If we can spoil their rankings, I would love that. Personally speaking.
So we'll see.
So should we do our predictions? Or do you want to talk more about things? So
we can go a couple games to note in the conference this weekend.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that. Good point.
Now, I know we just watched Penn State beat Wisconsin last Thursday, but this is a totally different team in Lindenwood, and they're going to Madison to play the Badgers, and they're...
I think Lindenwood's probably going to get swept there, I'm not going to lie.
I feel bad for them.
I don't.
I also think it's Wisconsin's homecoming weekend, too, so...
Ooh!
LeBron Arena is going to be packed.
Yeah, good luck to them trying
up
to
in
do
Madison.
anything there.
Syracuse takes on Merrimack.
Ooh, that'll be a good game.
Over in North Andover, Massachusetts. It'll be a good series Friday, Saturday. Penn State goes to Minnesota Duluth.
Yep. That'll be interesting.
Oh wait, no. It's not in Duluth. It's in St. Lawrence. It's a tournament.
Ooh, interesting.
So then they play St. Lawrence on Saturday. It's up in Canton.
Okay.
I got you. All right. Glad I noticed that because I'm looking at the schedule. It's like they play St. Lawrence the next day in Canton.
Have any of the CHA teams played conference games yet?
No.
I was gonna say they've all played out of conference games. I think the first non-conference game. I think the first conference game isn't until midway through October.
The first conference game in the CHA is, as I scroll all the way to the bottom of the page, is actually us. That Thursday game at Syracuse. We open up conference play.
Wild. That's wild to me.
It's kind of nice.
Jeez. All right, so we got that. So let's do our predictions for this weekend. I'm going to say split again. I think we'll drop the first. I think we'll win the second. Honest to God. Because I think I think they're gonna. I think the same general. I think they're gonna come out very strong. Vermont will. And then I think game 2, we're going to come out and give them a fight that they were not expecting. I really do think that's going to happen. I do think the second game is going to be close, though.
All right, I'll read Dan Scully's first here since he couldn't join us today.
Yes, rest in peace, Dan Scully. He can have you here.
He's not dead.
He's dead. He's not here. He's dead. Dan Scully.
He's not dead.
Dan Scully will get revived every time he has to come on the podcast. We just dragged
Dan
Dan
because I know you're listening. I did not tell him to say that. I texted Dan. I said, "Hey, no, you can't make it. But what's your prediction so I can read it off?" He goes, "I hate to say it, but I see us being swept again."
No, I think we'll take one.
He did say if the series was in a couple weeks when they had a little more game time to further strengthen the chemistry, he could see a chance for a split. But not against a top 15 team that should be competing for a tournament spot at the end of the year.
I'm the optimist. I'm the eternal optimist. I think we can win every game, so that's why I'm saying split. I think we'll drop
as
Friday
much of an
Saturday.
optimist as I am. I kind of have to agree with him. I think Vermont's going to be. I don't think we can outscore Vermont.
That's okay.
I'm going to go with a catamount sweep here. As much as I hate to say it. I've said it before, prove me wrong. But
yeah,
it's.
I'm gonna say split. I don't care. I'm gonna be the oddball and do split.
It'll be. I think they play well. I'm not saying
no. They're not gonna get they're not gonna get annihilated. But I think it'll be those are tough games to win. But I'm also not gonna say these are garbage time games at all. That's not even close to what these are.
Players that I want to keep an eye on this weekend is Emma Rowland. She had so many chances. Let's get her on the board. Sarah, obviously, and can they shut down Schaffsall from UVM? She's so good.
Yeah, it's true.
I was watching a little bit of their exhibition game, and she was flying all over the place. So,
all right,
we'll see.
We'll see.
A good one. I'm excited though. I think it's a good test, especially before they come home for the home openers on October 7th.
Oh,
be there.
The hype is real.
Can't wait for that one. Come early
if you can.
I know it's a Friday at 2:00.
I mean, I'll be there. I'll be there
though.
I mean, I got out of class at 12:50.
The home openers, come on.
Yeah.
How many home openers do you get every year? You get one. So make sure everybody's there.
All right. Well, anything else you want to talk about before we wrap up?
I think on the women's side, I think we're good.
Yeah. So we shift over to the men now?
Yep.
All right. So we have another game this weekend.
Big one.
October the 1st. The men are at Union, and we are going. Yes. I felt bad because I did want to go out to UConn, but
I did. I've always, and like, I'll even be honest. I looked at how long it would take to get from Burlington to Schenectady versus the game, like the women's game time on Saturday.
To see them both.
I did look because I have family in Vermont, but it's just not.
It's too far.
It would really be pushing it.
We'd kind of get screwed. But
it'd be pushing it, especially because all the Union tickets are under my name. So
yeah, that's.
I looked, but it would be.
So
it would be difficult.
At the point of this recording, there are still 6 extra tickets left for Union. I know you and I kind of talked about having a buffer between us and the people in front of us because, let's face it, those people are probably not going to have fun with us sitting
I feel
behind
bad for
them.
those souls.
Too bad for them. They asked for this. At the same time, there are still 6 tickets left available. We're gonna just make it
for our section.
For our
section, plenty of tickets available.
Yes.
Elsewhere.
But if you want to sit with the corner crew, like the main kind of group of everybody, like the main RIT group,
we're gonna have to rename ourselves the Blue Line Crew for the weekend.
Because they put us
corner seats.
Yeah, they wouldn't give. Well, no, not couldn't. They wouldn't give them to us. Shout out to the Union ticket office for stonewalling us for almost a week and preventing us from buying any tickets because they knew we were coming. But
can't stop us.
There are still 6 tickets left. They're $8 a piece. We'll put the Venmo in the description probably so that we can, if anybody wants to claim those, we can just shoot one of us a DM and we'll do it that way. Through Discord or Instagram, we'll just do it that way. But we got some fun stuff for that, so keep an eye out on Instagram on October the 1st if for whatever reason you cannot be there. But
the Instagram story is going to be one of those ones where you look at it and it's like, you know how they have the bar at the top?
Yep.
It's going to be a tiny little ones.
All of the whiteboards, all of the signs and whatnot that Aaron
The road
made.
trip. I'm going to take a picture of every sign on the way there.
Eastbound and down, loaded it up and trucking.
I like that. That's a good caption. Remember that.
That's
remember that for Saturday.
That's also the lyrics for the song from Smokey and the Bandit. Eastbound and down.
I like it.
But
anyway,
yes. So we have a game. Thank God we can finally watch both the teams. This is awesome. So obviously we're at Union. We're in Schenectady. The game is at 7, right? Yes.
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. Let's talk.
Not 7:05.
Not 7:05. 7 on the dot. So let's talk. Union last year had a pretty good team. We'll say it. We'll put that.
They were okay. They were iffy. I wouldn't say they were good. I wouldn't say they were bad either. 14, 19, and 4. They finished 7th in ECAC, which had some pretty good teams. I mean, middle of the pack. Anybody can really win ECAC.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen it in years past, but they did lose 5 of their top 10 scorers from last year.
They did.
I will say this, and it's the one thing that's been eating at me all summer, is that we've never beaten Union at the division. Sorry, we've never beaten them at the Division 1 level. We used to RIT Union used to be the game back in Division 3 in the 80s. But
let's change that.
Last time we played them was back in October of 2017. Lost 6-1.
Yikes.
That was at home. That was a rough one. That was a tough one to watch. Eric Brown, I think that was the year Brownie had like 100 goals, it seemed like.
The year he was just scoring every game.
Scored the only goal, yeah. Where he got snubbed of a Hobie Baker nomination. But
yeah, it was garbage.
I'm over that. Oh, Bicky.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
You never will be either.
So we're 0-3 at home versus them and 0-3-1 on the road. We're going to change that, though.
Yes, sir.
If any of the boys are listening, please change that. We're driving 3.5 hours for you. We love you either way, but please win. Make it worth it.
Please let us boo their fans as they leave their own barn. Because that is the most fun thing we get to do, is boo other fans at their house. It's just the best.
Especially the ones that are chirping the whole game.
It's so much fun doing that. But
Liam Robertson, he's their top returning scorer.
Yep.
He had 13 goals, 6 assists for 19 points last year.
Pretty good.
That was 5th on the team, so they lost their top 4
Yep.
scorers from last year.
That's a hit for them.
It's a hit for them, but I mean, they have a lot of guys coming back. They didn't lose a lot of seniors last year. And their goaltender, Connor Murphy, coming back. For as rough of a year I'd say that they had, I think he played really well. He started almost every game.
Yeah.
Went 14, 18, and 3. Had a 919 save percentage and a 2.66 goals against. So not bad. I'm sure he got shelled a few games, so that kind of skews the stats a little bit. Last year their power play was pretty good. They went 21% on the power play, but their penalty kill was a little rough. So I think if it comes down to it,
we should be capitalizing on that.
New year, new team, but if it is a similar situation, maybe it's a system thing, and they have a new coach this year.
Yeah, this could be.
There was some drama. I don't know the whole story, so I won't comment.
Yeah, we're not really going to go into that.
They had some coaching drama last year, so their coach is gone. New coaching this year, so really it really is a big question mark. Union coming in. They were picked to finish, I believe, 7th in ECAC this year in their preseason poll.
But yet again, those really just kind of don't mean anything. I don't really look at those as anything.
I do want to mention our preseason poll. They picked us 4th, and I have no idea how they picked Sacred Heart to finish.
Yeah, that made me want to kill someone when I saw that.
I won't get into our preseason poll. I'm
like, they don't matter, but who's doing this? Like, are you kidding me?
It's the coaches that vote on it, but I think the Atlantic hockey coaches might be sleeping a little bit too much. They picked Canisius to finish 5th.
Yeah, that kind of shocked me.
I think that was
Niagara's where they belong at the bottom.
Well, yeah.
They're gonna be so bad.
They also did pick Carter Wilkie to be co-player of the year,
which is probably right.
So
honestly,
I mean, here's what Carter Wilkie does: he wins Rookie of the Year last year. Now he's going to win Player of the Year 3 years in a row, and then he's going to go on to the NHL and win a Stanley Cup. So
yeah,
after he wins a couple Atlantic hockey rings at RIT,
absolutely.
Maybe even a bigger one, but we won't talk about it.
Speaking of Carter Wilkie, I think if we can, I'm going to talk a real quick prediction. I think he scores this weekend for sure.
Oh,
Carter is big at scoring big goals in away games, non-conference. He had the game winner against Notre Dame. I think he's going to have another
big one against Princeton.
One against Princeton. I think he's going to have another one in this game. I just like this. This is just a game where I think he's going to come out and dominate, personally speaking.
God, I'm so excited.
I know, right?
This is going to be a long week. Waiting for it. I think this is another one where goaltending could be the difference. I'm assuming Tommy is starting.
Yes.
I don't want to say that for sure, but
if it's Colby, we're still in good hands.
Yes, if it is Colby, we're fine. But I'm going to assume it's Tommy starting. Little Tommy. So yeah, it should be a fun game. Away games are always fun.
Yes.
Very excited, especially a team like Union. They're a good hockey team.
They are a good team.
ECAC is a very competitive, close league, but they're very beatable. I think we are the better team.
Mm-hmm.
Tough to tell coming in, first game of the year for both teams. It's always fun when the first day of games is October 1st and it's a weekend. Because that's like the first day you can start playing games.
Oh, yeah.
And it's always fun to kick off the college hockey season. I know there's a bunch of games.
There's a ton of games, but still. All
around the country. A lot of Atlantic hockey games. Every Atlantic hockey team's in action.
Yep.
It'll be it's gonna be a fun weekend.
I'm gonna say my keys for the weekend are goaltending needs to be huge. Whoever's in net got to be a brick wall. I think power play, if their penalty kill,
get the power play clicking.
If their penalty kill struggles as much as it did last year, you got to capitalize on that. If you can win the power plays, if they keep putting guys in, you should be fine.
Well, and I think it's kind of fun because Coach Wilson was talking about it at Media Day last week. because we do play them at Blue Cross for homecoming.
We do. And that's why we're not going super in-depth now, is because we have a second game against them later.
We have another game to preview for them, but we'll also have games under our belt. They'll have games under their belt. But it's like we don't usually play that team twice in a year. Nope. It's usually just the one game, so it's kind of fun to
be able to kind of run it back against them.
We have a game against them before we get to Blue Cross in 3 weeks. Yep. So that'll be interesting. It'll be fun. Like I said, I think it's going to be a fun game, fun weekend.
I think it'll make this game this weekend will make the 15th more fun because both teams will have seen each other, so they'll be a little bit more prepared to face each other again. I think it'll make for a closer and frankly, for me, more fun game. More fun and more stressful.
Hopefully 2 W's.
Yes. So, predictions for this weekend. I'll let you go first.
I got to win. I think we have the better goaltending. I think we have the better scoring, the better returners. Our defense is going to be phenomenal this year.
Yep.
I think it could come down to I don't think Union can outscore RIT.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Again, it's a 1-game start of the year, but I think I got to win for us, and it's going to make the drive, the 3.5-hour drive back to RIT. A little more bearable.
I also have a win, and I'm going to say score is 4-2. I'm going to jump out and say that.
Ooh, close game. Is that with an empty net at the end, or is it 4-2 just
4-2 straight up? 4-2 straight up.
Right. I like that.
I'm going to say that.
I'll give a score prediction then too.
I know you were adamantly against score predictions, but I like doing them.
I'm going to go 5-1.
Ooh, okay.
I think this game's over. I think this game's over by the start of the second, or the end of the second.
Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I'm excited for this, man. I'm pumped. This is the first like actual non-scrimmage game we can watch in person, so we're gonna go nuts.
Quick look around Atlantic hockey too before we go.
Yes.
I like to keep close tabs on our fellow conference friends.
Yes, of course.
Saturday, like I said, is the first day, and everybody's in action.
You love to see
except, oh, maybe I'm wrong.
I think everybody is playing this weekend.
No, I'm trying to figure out who's not. Oh, Army is playing this weekend. They play on Sunday. Okay, so everybody's playing this weekend.
Yeah.
AIC heads up to Alaska.
Oh.
So that is a dream trip of mine, by the way.
That's a hike for
Coach,
them.
If you're listening, please schedule Alaska.
Yes, I want to go. Throw Nate on the plane.
I want an excuse to go to Alaska. I've always wanted one, and that would be my excuse to go.
Nate would probably end up putting himself in a thing of luggage to ship himself there if he couldn't pay for a plane ticket.
That's a little crazy.
Yeah, but it's you, so it might happen.
Down the thruway, the other way in Buffalo, we have an exhibition game, Battle of the Bridge, Niagara Canisius at Harbor Center on Saturday. I might have that. If that one's on Flow, I might have one up in the car because I'm not driving. So
you can watch it.
Might tune into that one a little bit. Air Force, Colorado College exhibition game out at Cadet Ice Arena.
Can I just say a quick side tangent about Air Force? I hate their gray and orange uniforms. I think they're gross. The
gray, orange, and green one.
They just don't look right.
That was some anniversary jersey.
It's like, first of all, don't steal our colors.
I don't think they're bringing it back. But
it's like, first of all, don't steal our colors. Second of all, like the color combo, is just in my mind, just doesn't work. But that's me. Sorry.
Air Force and CC, that's always a good game. Both in Colorado Springs, so it's an exhibition game. It should be good. Bentley goes to Boston to play BU.
Oh.
Well, I guess Bentley is in Boston, so they kind of just go down the road to play BU.
Down the street, yeah.
In a 1-game series. That'll be a good test for Bentley, too, because Bentley's like a big question mark in my mind.
They were last year, too. They were kind of like this weird in-between team that had
they're either really good or they're like mediocre. Like I don't want to say they're ever bad.
They're never awful. They're not like
they're
Holy
usually
Cross.
Average, but they have a year or two that's like they're like, oh my gosh, let's go. Sacred Heart plays UMass in an exhibition game.
That'll be interesting.
On Saturday. They have another game on Sunday. I'll get to Sunday in a minute here. But there's us, the big game of the weekend. Mercyhurst plays Ohio State in a home.
They're going to get destroyed in that game.
Or no, they're both in Erie.
They're still going to get destroyed. I think Ohio will wipe them.
I don't know. Would I like that? Yes, but I don't know.
Would I like that? Yes.
Here's the thing with non-conference, though, is you always want to cheer for the Atlantic hockey team because it helps us in the end.
It helps
with
the conference.
pairwise ranking. As a conference, it helps. And whenever I'm always excited, even Canisius and Niagara, I'm always excited to see an Atlantic hockey team go on the road into a non-conference barn and get a win. Because it helps the conference. It helps our pairwise. It helps us
look better.
And then I couldn't believe it when I saw this. Boston College is going to Holy Cross. Not downtown Worcester, but at their 1,500 seat metal bleacher arena.
That's kind of insane.
I was shocked when I saw that. I was like, really? BC's going to go there? It's an exhibition game, 7:30 on Flow. That'll be, even though it doesn't count, that'd be a fun one for Holy Cross to go in and get a win.
Be interesting to see that happen.
And then a couple games on Sunday, AIC and Alaska finish up their series.
Yep.
Mercyhurst, Ohio State finish up their series. Sacred Heart goes home to play Western, a Canadian school, in an exhibition game.
That's interesting.
So they've got, a home and home exhibition series where they go to UMass and then they go home. That's
really weird.
That's weird. Never seen that before. But then Union, after losing to us on Saturday, goes down to West Point to play Army in an actual game at 4:00. That one might actually be worth tuning in.
That one will be that'll be a fun game.
That kind of gets you a look at Army, which is kind of nice because Army's another one of those teams where they're either really good or they're middle of the pack. And shout out to Coach Riley.
I love that guy.
He's a great coach. He's part of Hockey Royalty and he loves the Corner Crew.
Oh yes, he does.
Said it right to our face in Utica last year. That was awesome.
He walked up and said, "We love you guys. Go beat those dudes."
I love it, and I think we've gotten a lot of compliments from a lot of people in the hockey world. But I think
the Canisius athletic director.
I love that quote. We're printing that out. When we go there. For those who don't know, Coach Riley's dad, Jack Riley, won the Atlantic Hockey Trophies named after him. And 2, he's probably one of the greatest hockey coaches of all time.
Yes.
He coached the 1960 U.S. Olympic team. He's the all-time leader in wins at Army. He coached at Army for forever.
Yeah. He's that
the Riley family has had the head coaching job at Army for almost 100 years. Or not 100 years, but almost close to 100.
Close to 100 years.
Between Coach Riley's brother and him, and then their dad. They're college hockey royalty.
Yeah.
They're some of the most respected coaches in the country, and the fact that he came up to us at Utica and complimented us, I was
surprised to see him, honestly.
That was really cool.
Because your dad looked at all of us and was like, Coach Riley's here, and I was thinking to myself, what is the Army coach doing here? Weren't some of their guys there too watching?
Probably. I mean,
but it was
they weren't there because they lost, but
they were there because they wanted to see Air Force lose.
They were there cheering for us.
Literally they were there cheering for us.
That game's on my bucket list. I want to go to an Army Air Force game.
I want to just go to a game at West Point. That'd be fun.
At both academies. West Point's a fun trip. I know we don't go there this year, but next time we go there, I definitely would recommend it.
I would like to go. That'd be fun. Should we wrap it up? Officially now?
Yeah. I'd say it's going to be a fun weekend.
I think it is for sure, too. So that being said, thank you, everybody, for tuning in and watching and listening again. If you've not already, if you're watching us on YouTube, check out Spotify. If you're listening on Spotify, check out the YouTube. If you are watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell notification so you know when the new videos are up. Leave comments. Tell us what you think. Leave us your predictions of what you think the weekend's going to be for the men's and women's teams in the comment section below. If you're on Spotify, make sure you have notification for that so that you get told when our new episodes are up. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, the Facebook. It's still kind of there. Not much on it, but it's still kind of there. Also, be sure to take a look at Discord. There is an entry link in our link tree in Instagram. I think we also put it in the description here too, right?
Yes, sir.
Yep, so make sure you join Discord if you haven't already. That's where we do a lot of the planning for the different trips. Like, we did a lot of the, hey, like, claim your tickets through here, for Union through that. So if you want to come, you can either DM the Corner Crew Instagram or Twitter, or you can go into Discord and go into the Mobile Corner Crew channel and basically say, hey, I want to come. Is there still tickets up? And we can see if there's any spots available. But the ticket that's going to be pretty much it.
$8 a ticket,
yep,
and you have to find your way there.
Yep, $8 a ticket. You have to find your way there. There are people I know that are offering to drive. So we will be able to. You will most likely be able to find a way there if you do not have a mode of transportation already to get you there. But that being said, thank you everyone for tuning in this week. We will see everybody next week after the games for the next set of weekend reviews and previews. Everybody have a great rest of your day. Go Tigers.
Roll Tech.